So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's specific to the Vikings fan base, or maybe it's just every single team, and this is what we do. But I don't know. Every single player that's picked is just like boo, boo, boo. And especially after the infamous Vikings-Lions trade where the move down from 12 to 32. And yeah, in the moment, we were a little bit shocked. It didn't seem like enough. But from the old school trade charts, it didn't work. But from the new age analytics trade charts, which obviously Kwesi would be a part of, it certainly did work. And the Vikings taking Lewis Cine at 32, the hard-hitting safety from Georgia. Fans and media were like, not Kyle Hamilton, which I love me some Kyle Hamilton, but if Kwesi valued the picks as well as Lewis Cine at 32 versus Hamilton at 12, got to ride with it. Got to ride with it. Hey, we have to trust him until he gives us a reason not to. And no, this does not. People are getting so bent out of shape over a trade that none of these guys have played on the field, like a single down. They haven't even been on NFL practice field, man. But we want to get some media reactions to the Vikings drafting Lewis Cine at 32. Now, for us, our Lewis Cine scouting report: hardworking, alpha male, jackhammer, merciless, insatiable, a lot faster than Kyle Hamilton. We'll go with that. Also, he had some infamous battles with Kyle Pitts back in the day. So first is from Anthony Triach, PFF. Most PFF wins above replacement. Measures player value on Georgia's 2021 defense. Nakobe Dean, 0.59, still on board. So Nakobe Dean over, Lewis Cine, number 3, 0.47 in a very close third. So it would be... So that's pretty amazing that he would be third overall of all their defensive players. So the Vikings getting him, basically Cine would add 0.47 in terms of wins above average, in terms of just like the average prime meridian safety there. So there you go. Then he's ahead of Devontae White. He's ahead of Quay Walker, Jordan Davis, and even Travon Walker. 0.07. Wow, that's actually pretty amazing. PFF College, the Minnesota Vikings pick Georgia safety Lewis Cine at 32 overall, 87.3 PFF grade in zone coverage in 2021, first among SEC safeties, which is a pretty big deal since most of the time you're playing safety, you are playing zone. First team all SEC was the 2022 Natty defensive MVP of the game against Alabama in the rematch. Vikings, Jumpin' Joe Klatt of NFL Network, said that he loved the pick. He loved it. Of course, Joe Klatt, great college football analyst, knows a thing or two about the draft as well. And then Chris Sims. So this one was the one that people really loved. Lewis Cine, the man is a sledgehammer. He hits everybody, and yet has unbelievable agility to plant his foot in the ground and drive in coverage. Vikings got one of my man crushes, and I really did like Cine in the draft process. We had several mock drafts where we traded down and secured his services, so I'm down with that. Marcus Mosher, the marvelous Marcus Mosher, fantastic draft analyst. I love Lewis Cine with the Vikings. All caps, exclamation. It was that time of the evening, so yeah, maybe we're having some fun. Doug Farrar, our guy over at USA Today. Minnesota Vikings select Georgia safety Lewis Cine with a 32nd pick, grade A. That's like the top, not A++. It's so stupid. Like when I was in high school, they didn't give out A pluses for some reason. It's like they gave pluses and minuses for every other grade, but no A+. A is the best you can get. A as an apex, as an apex predator, which is what Lewis Cine is going to be on the back end of that defense, man. Woo! And then finally, our guy Will Raggett, Sports Illustrated. So Lewis Cine has some Andrew Sendejo crazy to him. He's a thumper. We actually said this before too, but Will got a little roasted. It was on the old Twitter machine. It was a Caribou Coffee medium roast. People were like, Andrew Sendejo was terrible. Dejo was actually pretty good at his peak before Michael Thomas cheap shotted him, earholed him in the miracle game, and he was never the same after that. All right, so Lewis Cine talked with the media right after he got drafted, and the thing that he said about his game and his physicality, he said, quote, "You can break some other man's will and get away with it, and I embrace that." So, I mean... That is some amazing Drago-ish. Like that is, if he dies, he dies. And the fact that the college football targeting rules are a lot more stringent than even in the National Football League and personal foul rules. So Lewis Cine, he's able to bring physicality, but in this new age where he isn't just going to get 7 penalties a game and then just cede half of his salary over in penalties. He's not going to do that. So I think that the Vikings got an amazing value at the back end of the first round. And also, we need to look at this trade in totality. So, talk to us after day 2, after the Vikings register 32, 34, and 66, and then the Lions take 12 and 46, and then we could watch that the rest of the way. So I'm again, initially the sticker shock of the trade took me aback, which I think a lot of people did, except people who are just being negative Nancy's about this. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you actively going to boo and hope that Lewis Cine and whoever's taking at 34 and whoever's taking at 66 fail so that you can be right? No, it's absolute BS. Love the one you're with. Hey, we gave Kwesi control, and this is the moves that he's making, shaking things up a little bit, so we got to ride with it, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Media reacting to the Vikings drafting Georgia tub thumping. Ooh, he gets knocked down, or he knocks people. We'll work on that. Chumbawamba. Until next time, Skull production value.